Hello, welcome to the 15th episode of the Beyond Retirement Learning Series. My name is Susan Graham. I'm a certified elder law attorney based in Boise, Idaho. Today we're going to talk about what if your parents won't talk to you about your estate plan? How do you break the ice to actually get information so you can be helpful? Now, my goal is to provide you with useful information so you can have a secure future. Also, we provide you with free legal forms, and if you want to meet with me, I'll show you how that can be done. There is an evaluation form at the bottom of your page. You can fill that out anytime and send that in. So today, let's talk about what if your parents won't discuss with you their planning documents. And when I'm talking about planning documents, I'm talking about if something should happen that mentally or physically they're unable to care for their affairs or the day they die. How do you actually break the ice to get going on that conversation? A lot of parents feel that you're being nosy and they've kept their finances and their personal affairs private. And that's the way they were raised, and they feel that's appropriate, that you don't need to know about that. Well, that might have been true when you were much younger. But now, as your parents are approaching retirement age or in retirement, and you just want to be sure that you're following their wishes, how do you get them to share that information? Well, one of the ways you can break the ice is you can blame it on somebody else. You can say, you listened to this video and you can blame it on me. You can say, the lawyer said I need to know some of this stuff. You can base it on a TV program, a radio program, an article you read in the newspaper. The other way you can do that is you can piggyback on your own estate plan. You can say to them, gee, I or my spouse and I have just set up our own estate plan. We've decided who's going to be in charge if we are incompetent or I am incompetent or the day I die. And I've prepared a series of documents, and these documents I've shared with my agents so they know where to find them. And you don't have to disclose to your agents all the details of your plans. They just need to know they're supposed to step up. So that's another way you can break the ice. You can say, well, I've done this. And then you segue into, what have you done? I want to be helpful to you. How can I be helpful to you? And if they just sit there dumbfounded and just say, humph, my father-in-law was a grumpy old man and wouldn't talk to me about anything. And maybe you have family members like that. So anyway, you need to find out and say to them, well, who do you rely on? Who do you want to have step up and help you should something happen? Now, the guarantee for everybody, we're all going to die, me included, and you too. But the iffy part is, heaven forbid, if somebody declines as they age, or they don't even have to age. They have an accident, they have a serious illness, or they have some form of dementia and are making really poor decisions. So who do they want to rely on to step up and pay the bills? And who do they want to rely on to talk to the doctor if they can't communicate effectively? So if they would share with you who are their agents or who they intend to rely on, that would be really helpful. The other thing you might want to talk to them about, again, it's the only guarantee I can give you, everybody's going to die. And so what do they want for their funeral arrangements? Have they prepaid them? Have they prearranged them? Have they written that down someplace? Under the law, if they prearrange the funeral, then that's going to be controlling. And so that's nice for them. They have the peace of mind it's going to be the way they want it to be. And if they don't do that, at least if they would write it down, that would be a great help to the family. So you might share that with them. And then where do they keep their documents? I have clients who store them in the freezer, which is a great place. Even if the house catches on fire, usually the freezer is still left intact, or most of it. And I have clients who bring me documents that have been stored in the freezer, and they think I'm clairvoyant because I say to them, oh, have you been storing these in the freezer? If you store documents in a freezer for any great length of time, they have a special smell. So anyway, who cares? If they store it in the freezer, that's great. Just where do they keep it? Do they keep it in a metal folder in the bottom of their closet? Do they have it in a safe deposit box or a safe that they keep at home? Where do they keep those documents? The documents I'm talking about are the financial powers of attorney, the health power of attorney, any will or trust documents, maybe the deed to their house, the car titles, those kinds of important papers. Where do they keep them? If they keep them in a safe at home or a safe deposit box, you might ask them who has access to that. It doesn't have to be you, but if they would share with you, that would be helpful. So that, again, in the time of an emergency, somebody knows where the documents are so they can actually locate them. You might ask them who have keys to the house, or where do they hide keys. Again, they may think you're being really nosy. You can, again, blame it on me. That doesn't bother me at all because I'm just trying to be helpful and I'm neutral about all this. But I'm very concerned that when bad days happen and they're a guarantee that someone's going to die, and hopefully you get to skip the incompetence portion. But how can people who care about your parents or the ones you're concerned about, how can the others really step up and be effectively helpful? So you need to know, how can you get into the home, or how can somebody who's the appropriate person get into the home? If they have selected financial agents on a financial power of attorney or a will as the personal representative or trustee on a trust, do those agents have a copy of the documents or at least know where they are located? It is critical that the person who's nominated on a financial power of attorney and on a health power of attorney, that those agents actually have those copies, because they're only going to need them in an emergency and they can't always get to the house or whatever the location is for those original documents. So you might share with these older people where to find those documents. Lastly, you need to talk to them about what do they want you to do to help them. Do they want you to actually start picking up and do more of the chores? Do they want you to do shopping? Do they want you to visit with them? Or they may not tell you that directly, but do you think it's appropriate to have them over for Sunday dinner, or certainly the holidays, or the first Saturday of each month that you go to the movies? What is that? And if they have pets, what would they like you to do about the pets? Do they want you to really now take the dog for a walk once a day, or make arrangements for someone else to do that, or make arrangements for someone actually to pick up the dog waste or the cat box, do that kind of thing? What would they really like in terms of engagement with you or others that they care about, other neighbors or friends or family members? It's a joy to help people as they go along in life. And we're all raised and we all are independent, and we can do for ourselves, and I don't need anybody else to help me. But you know what? After a while, you do. You need some help with certain things, like taking out the garbage. Those garbage cans may be way too heavy, so maybe somebody needs to stop by once a week and push that out to the curb and pull it back in. Those are the kind of conversations you need to have so that when those bad days occur, the right people know who's supposed to step up and what they're supposed to do. And you don't even have to wait for the bad days. There's a progression in life. We all kind of fall apart as we get older. I mean, when you were 30, you were much zippier than at age 60, and much zippier at 60 than you were at age 90. You just can't do quite as many things. And this is a way to plan ahead, to be proactive, so that you can help these seniors stay independent as long as they can in a safe manner, and also have as much fun and joy in their life as they can. So even if they won't talk about their estate plan and their future, there are ways to break the ice so that you can be of help to them. Thank you. And if you would, just fill out the evaluation form at the bottom. If you want to obtain our free forms, different legal forms that can be of help to you, or evaluate me, that would be very helpful. And then if you want to meet with me, indicate that and someone from my office will contact you. The next program is going to be what happens if you have no estate plan. What's the Idaho plan? And is that something that's going to fit for you? Thank you.